Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be joining you. My name is Ariane Harley Emerson, and I'm the CEO and Artistic Director at Elevate Vocal Arts and Elevation. And we have been really looking forward to this conversation today with some really wonderful friends of Elevation. And so I'm going to jump right in and let them introduce themselves. I'm going to start today with Amanda. Can you give us a brief introduction today?
Hi, everyone. My name is Amanda Hanslick, and I'm a choral director at the high school level in Northeastern Connecticut. And I'll also be stepping into the presidential role for ACDA Eastern Region on July 1st. Yay! And I am a fan of Elevate Vocal Arts and the Elevation Ensemble.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. And
Yeah,
then
of
we
course.
have Dr. Dewar.
Hello, everyone. I'm really excited to be here. I'm Rollo Dilworth. I serve as Vice Dean and Professor of Choral Music Education at Temple University, and I also conduct the Singing Owls there, and I serve as Artistic and Music Director for Singing City. Looking forward to this conversation and joining in with everyone as we celebrate this sophomore release of Elevation's recording.
Thank you so much. And next we're going to go to Maria.
Hello, everybody. It's your favorite girl conductor, Maria A. Ellis. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I serve as the artistic director of the Sheldon's All-Star Chorus and the University of Missouri St. Louis's newest gospel ensemble, Voices of Jubilation. I am excited about Elevation's new album that you all should get because it's absolutely amazing. And I'm glad to be a part of this conversation.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us this morning, Maria. Then we're going to go to Vinroy.
Good morning, family. Vinroy D. Brown Jr. I do many things. I think the things that are most pertinent to this conversation are that I'm a full-time supporter of Elevate Vocal Arts and Elevation and my brother Ariane. But for other purposes, I suppose, I teach on the faculty of Westminster Choir College, where I conduct the Westminster Jubilee Singers. I'm artistic director and conductor of the Capital Singers of Trenton, and I'm a PhD student in musicology at Temple University.
Yes, owls,
Go
owls,
Owls, go Owls.
owls, owls. All right, Dr. Taylor.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Ajan Taylor. I am from the great state of Texas, and I'm retired choral director or director of choral activities at Prairie View A&M University. And I still continue to work as a consultant for high school choir directors here in the area, as well as doing other things across the country. And I am just so excited to be a part of this conversation and to talk about all of the wonderful things that Elevation is doing and about this spectacular recording that you've done. We're so proud of you and excited for you.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you all again for joining this conversation. Just a little public service announcement. The album releases tomorrow. So that is Tuesday, May 28th. Soon as midnight hits, it'll be on all of the streaming platforms. That's Spotify, that's Apple Music, that is Amazon, that's Tidal. Anywhere that you can stream music, you'll be able to find this album. So please go check it out. And I always like to say a tiny thing. We always like to say that if you are part of our family, you're a part of our movement. And our movement is all about expanding access to the vocal arts. So we encourage you, yes, to stream it, but if you download and purchase that album, that goes directly back to helping us support emerging vocal artists and vocal artists from historically marginalized backgrounds to ensure that they have all of the support that they need to realize their dreams. So thank you all in advance for your support for all of this. So let's get ready and talk about this album. We are so excited. The title of the album is Are You Looking for Me? And before we start talking about any specific pieces or maybe listening to some clips, I would just love to hear some thoughts about the ensemble. So this ensemble is only a year old. And so I know all of you have had some touches with it, have heard this ensemble in one form or another, recordings, live performances, online. And what drew you to the ensemble, and why are you a fan and a supporter of this album? And why would you agree to be on with us on Memorial Day when you could be spending time with your family? So why don't I start with Amanda, and then I'll go to Maria.
Well, I'll be honest, it was the feeling in the room. The first time I engaged with this ensemble, there was an electricity of just joy inside of the space that almost took my breath away. Uh, and it was looking on that stage, and it was the way everyone moved together and breathed together, and it was the intention of the people in the space that just I was in. I was a fan from like the first 10 seconds of sound, you know. I was just really deeply compelled immediately by the energy and the joy.
Thank you. And we'll go over to Maria next.
I love the diversity. I love seeing all of the people and being their authentic selves and then creating one sound. That's what choirs should be. Like it should never be where it's just one kind of person, but all these different people creating this amazing music and the diversity of the music that you all are singing, because it's not just one genre. Like you're doing so many different genres and the excellence of what you're doing. Like it's all done in such an excellent way. And you all look like you have a lot of fun with each other, which I think is really fun as well. So that's what drew me to the ensemble.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And then I'm going to go over to Dr. Taylor and then Dr. Dilworth and then Vinroy.
Well, all of the things that Amanda and Maria said, but the thing that is compelling to me is your innovation in programming. I think that your programming is so thoughtful, so intentional. It is so diverse. You highlight all types of music, choral music, and just listening to you in performance and going from one style of music, be it all different styles of classical music or different styles of what we call cultural music or music from other, the different styles of music. It's just fascinating to me. And it is so well done, so thoughtful. And that's the thing that really draws me to Elevate.
Thank you. Dr. Dilworth and then Vinroy.
Well, I can say ditto to everything that has been said so far. There's not much more to add, but I would say what intrigued me before I even heard the first sound of the ensemble was the purpose, its purpose, and the commitment to ensuring that diversity is there, and that while there is a corporate sound that you look for in a lot of what we do as choral musicians, there are also those individual voices and personalities that come to the stage, and it's absolutely amazing. And I think just the purpose alone of this ensemble has really drawn and attracted a lot of people, knowing what you're trying to accomplish artistically, but also what you're trying to accomplish just within the industry, and expanding those spaces and creating pathways for artists who have been long underrepresented or underfunded or just quite frankly undervalued in the choral field.
Awesome. Thank you. And Vinroy.
What I love about Elevation is its diversity of sound. So I feel, and I'm sure a lot of people feel that, repertoire influences sound, and oftentimes I've been in enough experiences where choirs sing in one way, no matter the repertoire, and I love that you are able to bring in a variety of colors, a variety of sounds, and that you're able to make it fit into what you're presenting in a way that presents each and every single piece you do in a really authentic way.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for that. And for those who don't know, like this ensemble is also the heartbeat of the Bent But Not Broken conference as well. So if you don't know what Bent But Not Broken is, it's an incredible experience. All of these folks who are on this call have also had experiences with that. I'm going to ask if anyone might want to say a word about Bent But Not Broken. And then Maria, I'm going to ask you about our Summer Institute following that. because Maria has been deeply involved with that since we founded our Summer Institute. So what has Bent But Not Broken meant to some of you all who are here, and how does that fit into this larger movement of expanding the ecosystem?
Bent But Not Broken it's a celebration of Black artistry, the Black diaspora of music, and it's done in a way that nobody would feel. Um, you don't feel bad about what you didn't know or things of that nature. Everybody is welcoming, and it's the really the celebration of an American art form that for some reason kind of gets not celebrated in a lot of different spaces. But you can come, you can learn. You get to meet so many incredible artists, like everybody that's on this panel right now, and more. And you connect in other ways. Like last year, we connected over spades, and that's a great time.
It was a good time. And Amanda, you sang with the St. Thomas Gospel Choir and the Immersion Choir there. What was that experience like at Bent But Not Broken?
Yeah, I was just going that was the experience that I wanted to mention. I've been to both conferences. I attended both of them, and I've met incredible people. And honestly, I have learned and learned and learned, and it has been so deeply beneficial. It's been amazing for me. It was amazing to stand in a gospel choir and be taught how to do it and how to try and how to engage without fear or judgment, but to just step into the experience. And it didn't hurt to have Maria in the audience cheering me on and yelling for me. I appreciated that very much. But I will tell you, those sopranos in the St. Thomas Gospel Choir, I mean, like, actually put their arms around me and loved me and welcomed me and taught me how to do what I needed to do. It was really, really incredible. And, I would say, to piggyback on that, the experience of Bent But Not Broken, it's so multidimensional as a learner and as a choral musician coming into the experience, listening, watching, observing, and singing as a singer. So often we are on the podium or in the teaching capacity, and being a singer and a learner in that space is really invaluable.
Awesome. And there is a connection also with Dr. Dilworth in the St. Thomas Gospel Choir. Dr. Dilworth, do you mind talking about that for a moment?
Sure. So I'm a member of the African Episcopal Church of St. Thomas, and I play for the gospel choir in-house and just played Hammond B3 for the choir yesterday. And so you are welcome at any time to come to that historic church and jump in and be a part of the musical celebration there. So I welcome all of you. When I think about Bent But Not Broken, just the title alone, sort of the idea of perseverance and preservation, pressing forward with a legacy and a heritage of musical traditions that that a lot of people have still yet to understand fully and embrace, particularly in sort of the wider choral field. And I think that the work that's being done by Bent But Not Broken is so critical because we have to continue to give voice and, no pun intended, to elevate this music that has often been marginalized. And there's so much eagerness and excitement by the larger choral community to understand and to embrace and to learn. And most importantly, through Bent But Not Broken, learn to respect the musical traditions.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Vinroy this year is going to be conducting our high school honor choir. So what are some of your goals with that, Vinroy, and Bent But Not Broken this upcoming year?
You know, when I think about my own high school experience, while I was given a beautiful kind of canon of musical works to chew on, um, I am hoping that I can help kind of postpartum in a way resolve some of the own issues that I saw in my own choral music education by exposing these young artists, these musicians, to music that they may have seen or may not have seen up until this point.
Mhm.
For me, it's about letting them know that Black music encompasses all styles,
Mhm.
not just gospel, not just spirituals. And while we love our idiomatic musics, it's important to know that we can and have done and continue to do all the things. And I think the earlier we uh, share that and perpetuate that truth in the world, I think we will much sooner see our hopes realized in creating um, and cultivating and watering a art form that is for everyone and allows everyone to be seen. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm a bent but not broken, OG at this point.
Absolutely, you
So
are.
it's gonna be fun.
You've been there for quite some time since the beginning, along with Amanda and Maria as well. Some of our founders here. Now, I was sitting next to Vinroy when Dr. Taylor was doing her masterclass last year, and
Oh mercy.
she did that thing. She
Did not
did.
our hearts burn? Did not our hearts burn?
I wept. I wept during Dr. Taylor's masterclass. Come on.
Oh
It
my
Oh,
was
goodness, you
Amazing.
guys.
so good. It was so good. Like, and even like, I mean, there were elevation singers who were part of it, so the choir was great. But to hear even different sounds that I had
mhm.
not even heard from that ensemble before was incredible. And Dr. Taylor, what was it like to work with those students? One of which is Alex Nguyen, who is in Elevation, and Ariel Alvarado, who is also in Elevation as well. And then Leon DeShields from the University of Delaware, who just graduated with his master's, as did Alex from Temple this past May. So, what was it like to work with those masterclass students?
Well, first of all, conducting and teaching conducting is definitely a passion for me. And for me, it is like passing on a gift. I was really blessed to have fantastic conducting teachers. And so when I work with students, especially I was especially pleased to be working with graduate students,
Mm.
and then students who were already in the profession, like Ariel and Alex, great. And is it DeAndre? DeAndre, right? Yeah.
Yes,
But
Leon.
anyway, they were all so open and willing to work with the suggestions that I was giving, and it's just interesting to me to be able to present a different ideas on how to do things. First and foremost for me is fundamental conducting, making sure that students have the fundamentals and not just up waving hands and doing gestures that don't mean anything. And so for me, it's about using your toolbox of gestures, the fundamental ones. And then what I talk about in Elizabeth H. Green's book, she talks about virtuosic conducting. So, and then learning to use those tools of those fundamental gestures in interpretive ways, in ways to evoke what it is that you want to interpret from the music. And so those students were already so well prepared and so talented, and so working with them, and just the fact that they were so flexible and able to just take what I was suggesting and work with that's very gratifying for me as a teacher.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And for those who are wondering, is it possible for me to work with Dr. Taylor? I've been putting out Broken this year. The answer is yes. Yes, you can. And so we'll be looking again at, similarly to advanced conductors who are graduate students, I think there might be an undergraduate slot this year and an emerging professional slot as well this year for those who are within their, I believe it's their first 5 years. Don't quote me on it, but I think it's within their first 5 years or so in the profession. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can head over to elevatevocalarts.org and find more information about the masterclass that's there. And I want to swing back to Maria before we go and delve into the album a little bit about one of our other programs. It's called Summer Institute. What is Summer Institute, Maria, and how are you involved?
Oh my gosh, Summer Institute. I wish I could have been a part of this when I was doing my studies. It's like the ultimate apprenticeship internship where students from all over the country, they come together and they're taught by phenomenal artists about the art of being an artist, if I could put it that way. They learn interview skills, they learn branding skills, they take singing lessons with like Dr. Lori, who's fantastic. They get to sing along with various conductors like Ariane. It is an amazing program where you really just learn the business of being an artist. And I think that's so phenomenal. I'm blessed to serve on the faculty. I'm teaching classes on professionalism and leadership and branding purposes and social media. And then we all come together in Delaware. And this year, we are coming together on a beach. And I'm so excited about
Yes.
that. But we all come together where we get to hang out, but also learn from each other and just be a part of this amazing experience. And when they leave ready to walk into any space in their professionalism, but also like with their branding already together. And it's just an amazing, amazing experience. Ariane, you are so dope for doing that.
Oh,
You really are.
I felt like there was a need for 18 to 25-year-olds. I mean, we have some things for some high school students. We have some professional things for folks who are doing maybe advanced degrees, but we were really missing something for that emerging vocal artist field, and we hope to allow that to be an area that we can make a big difference. And my hope through this work that we're doing together with Dr. Lori and Dr. Jillian Harrison-Jones, our associate director, and the rest of the team, is that we can dramatically diversify the professional choir game. And we hope that these apprentices that we have are going to go on to sing for Jason Max Ferdinand Singers, and Eugene Rogers, and Exigence, and Tonality, and The Crossing, and all of these groups. And so that's what our end goal is to really dramatically expand what is available to the full ecosystem in all ways, both in education and performance, et cetera. So we're really excited about that. Now, this album, y'all, Are You Looking for Me? There are so many wonderful composers on this album. Are there any composers that stand out to any of you all, or any pieces or compositions that you're like, yes, oh my goodness, I love that work. I'm on fire about that work.
Shout out to my girl, Dr. Lori. Her piece, Elevate, it's so good. It is so good. I'm so proud of her. So proud of her because I didn't know her as a composer. So I'm really, really excited for other people to hear that work from her.
It's great. It's called Elevate with an exclamation point. It actually got its birth at Summer Institute last year. We were like, are there any hip hop pieces that aren't cheesy? And we were like, no, there's nothing out there. And so not yet. And so we're on a journey to commission a bunch of work. So if you're a composer out there that is like, hey, I want to be in that game, send us an email. We would love to hear from you because we do need to fill this space. But Dr. Lori was like, I don't know. Let me see what I can do. And then the result was something brilliant. So shout out to Dr. Lori C. Hicks for creating a brilliant piece. And we'll take a listen to a little bit of that in just a moment. Any other pieces that stood out to you all as, wow, this is a composer who's on the rise, or perhaps this is an important piece of music that just really resonated with you?
I am always happy to see Christopher Harris and to see his work and to see his name. My first kind of exposure to him was years ago when I was looking for music to program at Westminster. And I knew some of his kind of non-idiomatic things, not rooted kind of in the spiritual. And it's just so beautiful to see how he has and is blossoming and creating what I feel is a very unique musical voice. And it reminded me that I needed to like hit him up and be like, "Hey, like you're great." But it's always a joy to see Chris's music anywhere. But knowing that this ensemble has taken great care of it as they always do, that makes it really exciting.
And yes, it's amazing. Go ahead, Dr. Taylor.
Yeah, and just to add to something about Christopher, Christopher is from Texas, and I knew him when he was an undergrad student at Texas Southern University. And during that time, he was cranking out these pieces as an undergrad kid. And so to see these works being performed so beautifully by your ensemble is just so heartwarming. About the other composers, Reginald Wright is also a Texan.
Texas.
Lori's piece, fantastic. And I know Lee Kesselman, but I've never really heard his music. So I am so excited about him to time and talk about musical illustration, the way he put this piece together. It's so amazing. Another composer that I was glad to get to acquainted with is Faith Zimmer. That opening piece on the recording is just fantastic. So, I mean, just everything. And all of the selections of these pieces is just so reflective of you and your organization, your ensemble, and that you do such a variety and you do everything so well. And I'm so excited to have a recording with this kind of diversity of repertoire. So thank you for that. It's just
Oh my
fantastic.
gosh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dr. Dilworth,
Yeah.
are there any pieces you love?
Well, the arc of the entire album really takes the listener on, I think, a very exciting journey, particularly through the diversity, the variety, and the different moods. I wholeheartedly agree with everything that's been said about the composers. I just want to give a shout out to my Midwestern colleagues, to Dominic Diorio, I've known for a long time. Of course, he has the title track, and he really is a fine composer and conductor, of course, but he really gets a chance to employ his expertise as a percussionist in this particular piece. So I was thrilled to hear that. And Lee Kesselman and I go back a long ways, and to hear what he's done with this hymn to time, as Dr. Jan said, is just stunning. So I'm just very excited about the whole album. I want to give a special shout out to my Midwestern friends.
Nice. Any others before we listen to a clip?
Yeah, Ariane, like everybody else has said, but like really the diversity of your composers. I mean, you have
Mhm,
men and women, you have different ages of people
mhm,
who are
mhm.
composing. I mean, I think that's phenomenal because so many times we get works and it's just by one person from one time period. But I love the diversity of just the ages. And again, you got girl composers out there. You know, I'm all about that. So all of this is it's just really, really exciting what you're doing to change the game and to be a leader in our field, showcasing how all of this really can work on the same project. So kudos to you, Ariane,
Oh my
and your
God.
team.
Well, it is an amazing team that we have here. Our associate, Jillian Harrison Jones. If y'all don't know her, she is the truth, y'all. She is the truth. And I'm telling you, she is just an amazing person, singer, conductor, artist, and has been such a generous collaborator on this project as well, along with the vocal artists themselves, who bring so much and their ideas to the table when we're thinking about these. I'd love to play a little clip. We mentioned Hymn to Time, and Dr. Taylor was mentioning a little bit about what Dr. Kesselman, what he does here with the sound of a clock. And you can hear that already from the beginning. We're only going to listen to a little short clip of it, but it's brilliant with how that begins to transform over the piece. So this is just a little bit of the opening of Hymn to Time. So what an incredible work, beautiful accompaniment, expertly played by Eric Meyer, who is just an incredible collaborative keyboardist as well. I also wanted to just play a little bit of, Dr. Dilworth was talking about the percussion in Are You Looking for Me? And that is something, when we were talking about a commission, we did not know that that would be the title track. We did not know what the album concept would be. We just knew we were going to commission something from a composer. And so had a conversation at Chorus America exactly a year ago, and did not know exactly where this was going to go, did not know how the album was going to go. But we knew we wanted something with percussion because we have a couple of percussionists that we work with regularly. And so this was the result. It's written for piano, crotales, both mallet crotales, bowed crotales, choir, and then there's also a little bit of overtone singing. And so I'll play just a little bit of the beginning so that you can hear what is created. And this is a Kabir text. And so he is a mystic poet, and he is basically saying in this text that if you're looking for the divine, that instead of looking outward, look inward. When you find me, you will see me instantly. You will find me in the tiniest house of time. And so that's what the piece is all about. And ultimately that it is the breath inside the breath. And that's how the piece ends. And it's just like this beautiful text, which is just really incredible. So this is a bit of the title track of Are You Looking for Me? So, and again, another just like, oh my gosh, like all of the tiny things that unravel in that piece, like compositionally, it is incredible. And that's Rachel Clark singing that high C, our executive
Of
director.
course
Killing
it
it,
is.
kills
Of
it
course
every
it is.
time, kills it every time. And Kethrellen Peterson, and those are two sopranos that are singing that solo, which is absolutely insane that there are two folks that are singing that solo. So Dr. Diorio did that thing. Like he did that thing. Just everything. The gong. When I saw gong was in a piece, I was real worried. I was like, I don't know. Like I don't know how that's going to go. But like it was brilliant. So absolutely huge shout out to Dr. Diorio, and we began to build the rest of the album around it. It was just such a stunning centerpiece of a work. I want to just go to, we talked a little bit about Chris Harris today, and I'm not sure how many people know Joy Never Leaves. It is a brilliant text by that he sets, and the idea of Joy Never Leaves is that it is about joy is overflowing, and the poet, her name is Devondra Banks, she talks about joy being birthed from faith and made with love, and that it grows, and that hope nurtures it, and peace sustains the dwelling place, as the hymn does the soul that sings of thee. And it is just so, so beautiful. And that these tears of joy that seem to well and flow upon the thought that I carry the promise of beauty and life anew. So it's just this incredible text. And the opening of it is just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. This is a little bit of just the opening of Joy Never Leaves. And it begins with this incredible piano entrance that Eric Meyer he beats that piano down. He just does that thing, and it is just incredible. Again, just absolutely beautiful writing. I could watch Dr. Harrison Jones conduct all day. Just so elegant and beautiful and clear and just oozing with musicality. And the images, what she has there, are just so striking. Dr. Jill chose all of those to bring out the text and the feeling of the piece. So it's really incredible. And as we get ready to wrap today, I do want to play just a couple of clips of two pieces. One by Laurie C. Hicks, a little bit of Elevate, and then a little bit of Worthy of All the Praise, which is by a composer who I got to know through this process named Kevin B. Jones. And so I just want to say that Kevin is amazing. It was incredible to get to know him through this project, and that his piece is published, Worthy of All the Praise is published through GIA and the African American Sacred Music Church Series. at GIA, so you can get it now. It was not available through JW Pepper, and then we did do this during an ACDA intra-session this past year, and JW Pepper picked it up. So whether you get it from GIA directly or JW Pepper is where you get purchase orders through for school, you can now get this piece super easily, and we want you to be able to access it because it's incredible. So this is a little bit of Elevate. What is happening here is Dr. Lori C. Hicks is taking threads of little pieces of hip hop, and so some Queen Latifah's in there, some Dre's in there, a lot of different things. A little bit of Michelle Obama when they go low, we go high. That you can find that in the piece, and it's really using looping. So think about the old mixtapes that people used to use, and the old tape machines. They would have those, and they would feed those through to create loops, and they would have multiple of those going at one time. And so, of course, that all happens digitally now, but this is her way of doing looping within that choral and vocal ensemble context. So it's very cool, and you can hear it. You can hear the pieces, the loops add and subtract as it goes on. So this is a little bit of Elevate. And let me tell you, the rap in here is just fire. It's fire. So what a cool piece of music, right? It's just so awesome. I love it. And I wasn't sure. I was like, I was gonna work out. I don't know. Like, I don't know. But it's a bop. It's a bop. It really worked. It captures that like old school, late 80s, early 90s hip hop vibe. You got the synthesizer going. It's just a remarkable piece. It's really remarkable. So you'll be able to purchase that very, very, very soon, and we'll be sending out information about how you can get that octavo. Definitely something, if we want to talk about hip hop, because hip hop just ain't a genre. Hip hop is a culture. And so it's important that we teach about this culture of hip hop. And so we want to make sure that this gets in your hands very, very soon. So be on the lookout for about how you can get that. It's great for students. It's a wonderful way to learn about hip hop history and learn about how all of these lyrics came to be and how they're pulled from other material. We're going to end today with listening through to all of Kevin B. James is worthy of all the praise, which is totally just amazing. But before we sign off, I want to thank these folks for coming here and give folks an opportunity to tell us what you're most excited about or why you think someone should download this album tomorrow and support Elevation in this new, I guess, album release in endeavor. So we'll start with Dr. Taylor.
The album is just stunning. I appreciate so much your creativity and imagination in pulling all of these genres, all of these pieces, including all of these composers, not to mention that you do such an excellent job of pulling the music from your ensemble. It is just stunning. Not only the rep, but the actual performance is just, oh, it's just awesome.
Thank
And
you.
so and it is one that I know I will enjoy having it on in rotation.
Thank
Really,
you.
really, yeah, beautiful job.
We'll go to Vinroy and then Maria.
It is an experience, not just an album, not just something that I think happens to you, but I think as a result of listening happens like through you. Like closing your eyes and just vibing and enjoying the music is something I would strongly encourage listeners to do. Um, it is humanity. It's music making at kind of the highest level. And personally, it's great to see so many friends and people who I consider family on this album. And it's always a joy to support your work, Ariane. We're brothers, but it's even if we weren't family, it's just good music. And it's good music sung by incredible humans and beautiful artists. And it's going to be on loop. This is going to be the choral kind of CD of the summer. So y'all get your listening ears ready. It's going to be an incredible ride.
Thank you. Lots of owls and lots of blue hens from Temple and UD on this album for sure. They can sing. Let me tell you those folks. Maria and then Dr. Dilworth.
It's a 9-skip album, so like you just put it on and just vibe. It is such a vibe. It's an incredible piece of work. We've only listened to just a preview, but just to hear the entire album, oh my gosh, it's something that you can just have playing, whether you studying, whether you just let everyone want to study, whether you studying, whether you're cooking, whether you're just listening to music and you just want to vibe. This is the one. So everybody tomorrow, like get up and download this album, okay? And pay for it so they can help some other people. All right.
There you go.
Support artists.
Dr. Dilworth and then Amanda.
Oh gosh, this album just presents such a fresh approach to the vocal art overall. Certainly through the variety of repertoire, but also through the variety of rich voices that are part of this. The album is what I call captivating because it gets your attention, but it's also compelling because it keeps your attention. So I just encourage everybody to go out. Well, you don't have to go out these days. Not to, I used to encourage people to go out to a record store, but of course now all you have to do is go onto your phone and download through Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, whatever platform you use, and make this album a part of your collection. You will not be disappointed.
And we'll go to Amanda.
This entire album, there are so many moments where you will be not only inspired, but there are moments of deep comfort in this album as well. And places where you'll feel at home inside of this music making. And I just want to give a shout out to all of the choral musicians in Delaware. Like, come on, what is happening in Delaware? This is so exciting. And, it's so amazing to see all of this amazing content and care and artistry coming from the people in our region. It's so exciting. And, honestly, I'm just so proud. I'm so proud of everyone. And it just feels so good to see all of this happening. And for everybody out there watching this and listening to this, like, grab onto that word elevate. It's like our turn to elevate this project and to elevate this music and to elevate these composers and these choral artists in every conceivable, role of educators, singers. They're all in this group. And so we're going to elevate them and elevate their work. So congratulations, Arian.
Thank you. Thank you. It has been just a joy to work on this project. A huge thank you to the Delaware Division of the Arts. Without them, this would not be possible, particularly to our Secretary of State, Jeff Bullock, and the Department of State, to the Longwood Foundation, to the Presser Foundation as well for their support, and many, 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 many others. You can take a look up at all these wonderful folks on our website. And I certainly believe in getting credit where credit is due. I want to thank our incredible tiny team of four. We have four of us who work full-time in addition to myself on this. That's Rachel Clark, our executive director, Lawrence J. Besh, our operations manager and assistant director, and of course, the amazing Jillian Harrison Jones, Dr. Jillian Harrison Jones, our associate artistic director, who is just doing an amazing job. So huge thanks go out to them. And thanks to you all for being on this panel today and having some fun with us as we build some excitement about the album. So thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to end today with listening to one of our favorite pieces. They're all favorites, I feel like. This is Worthy of All the Praise by Kevin B. James. It is published by GIA, and you can also now purchase this on J.W. Pepper. So we are really excited about that. And so everyone, have a wonderful and a safe Memorial Day, and we will be logging off after this piece. So thank you all again. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Vinroy. Thank you, Dr. Taylor. Thank you, Dr. Dilworth. Thank you all. So this is Worthy of All the Praise. a
yeah.
bop. That
yeah.
is a bop. It is so good. It is so, at that piece, I'm telling you, it came down, and in the recording session, it was just it was an incredible experience.
It
So
is so
how
good.
just woo, it just wow, they did that. They did that. They were all doing that thing. Thank you again to everyone for tuning in today. We so appreciate this. Please go out and get that album tomorrow. We will have it available for you on social media. You can go to our website. You can go to your favorite streaming platform, and it will be there. So thank you all for being a part of our Elevation family, and we expect you to then be a part of our Elevation movement. So thank you all. We are excited, and we hope to see you sometime this summer. And if not this summer, we hope to see you at Bimpa Not Broken. Thank you so much for everyone for coming on today. Thank y'all.